Everyone in Brownsville has a story to tell. These are their stories. You're listening to Brownsville Matters, KXIQ 105.1's podcast show, where we learn a little about everything from all walks of life from the wonderful people that live in our community. Our next guest is a multi-talented asset to the local creative scene, blending both poetry and artistry in her work. She also leads many workshops, not just in Brownsville, but across the Rio Grande Valley, encouraging the members of the community to express themselves in their best way, creatively. Kaylee Hernandez, welcome to Brownsville Matters.
Hi, good morning. Thank you so much for having me. And you pretty much said everything, so that's a good night, people. No, but thank you. Yeah, I'm super excited to be on. I've been hosting some workshops across the valley for about a year, 2 years now, and it's been really fun. So,
thank you, Kaylee. I'd like to start things off with a fun curveball question.
Oh dear.
Do you do abstract work at all?
No, a lot of my work is very figural. In my own personal art experience and practice, I like to do a lot of work with women and women's faces, just talking about the experience of femininity and divine feminine. Yeah, so I've been working with collage and digital media and illustration, just in those terms. Yeah, not necessarily abstract.
I see. So with that in mind, how would you portray Brownsville, especially showing maybe the feminine side of our city?
Oh, I love that question. Yeah, it definitely would be interesting. What comes to mind is, immediately like the wife, the mother in the kitchen, making tortillas, like caring for the family, the children, probably a image of a woman in like a kitchen. And then one of my favorite analogies too, especially like as a teacher, is the octopus.
Octopus.
Yes, the octopus arms of all the duties that you have. So I am wife, I am mother, I am janitor, I am nurse, I am, especially like I said, as a teacher too, I do all those things, counselor, bartender. So that's kind of what comes to mind is like the multifacets of like everything that a woman covers and kind of that universal experience.
I see. All the traditional and maybe unexpected roles as well.
Yes, the things you don't think about, right?
Yeah, I was having a conversation with my girlfriend, Allie. There are, broadly speaking, quite a few things that women do better than men and vice versa. And one of the things that women do much, much better than men that I cannot possibly do for the life of me, multitasking.
Yeah.
And I feel like the octopus analogy works very well for this conversation.
Yes, definitely. Oh my goodness.
Kaylee, I'd like to know a little bit more about your origin story. Are you originally from Brownsville, from somewhere else? How did you grow up? What was that like? And where along the way did you pick up art and poetry?
Yeah, so I'm Brownsville born and raised, went to school here, was a private school girly, so shout out Episcopal.
Hey.
It was a good time. And then, I started my bachelor's here at UT Pan American back in the day, showing my age. And then I finished at UT San Antonio. And I actually got a French degree, and I got to study abroad in France. So, je parle français. Oh, très bien.
Très bien, très bien.
I taught French for a few years, and then I think I just went really hard and kind of burnt out, and art was always like very important in my life. It was always fostered by my grandmother, and I just kind of resurfaced, I think, at the time of, pursuing French and teaching. And my mother is a teacher, and she's always been a big influence for me. And I think it's been really, really fun to like discover that my purpose in life is also to like be a teacher. And I've just really enjoyed like making art as like the center of that now. I was fortunate enough to get my master's degree from UTRGV here, the master's program from the fine arts. And it was just really, really eye-opening, as well as encouraging and connective. I loved my cohort at the time. I loved my professors. They were incredible. And pretty much since I graduated in 2023, I've been teaching art full time. I teach right now at a little children's studio on Alton Glore called the Art Studio by NM. Shout out. Love you guys. And we do children's classes. So we do like an after school program Monday through Friday for our kiddos in the community, and then like Saturday morning painting events. And it's really, really fun. And then, just kind of on the side for like the past year, I've been doing some adult classes. I've been fortunate enough to do some classes at Buo too. So thank you for the opportunity. And it's been really, really great. I really enjoy teaching adults.
And it's not just here in downtown Brownsville. I also see that you have a gig in McAllen at another bookstore over there, the Caffeine Library. And where else have you done workshops across the valley?
I've been fortunate to teach a few classes. I did one at the Creative Grounds Cafe. I will be doing one, at Caffeine Library. And then I did one as well at Love Letter Cafe in McAllen last month. And I'll be doing another one this month. So just super, super grateful for community partners like cafe owners and bookstore owners who are, I did one at Anti Books as well.
Oh, yes.
With Selena. Just super grateful for all their support. And I've just been overwhelmed by how generous and kind these small business owners are. And because I know it's hard as like a small business, especially with a brick and mortar.
Oh, right.
So, I just really, really appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to like, not only educate the public, but like also like spread joy through knowledge and make a little money for me on the side. So, it's just great all around. So,
what is the overlap, Kaylee, between your usual children's classes and your adult workshops for adults? Would you feel like it's similar? Or I guess what I'm trying to ask is part of the adult workshop experience trying to get us into our inner child?
Oh, I love that. So they are completely different. I would totally say that for me, they are very, very different. When I teach children's classes, I think I'm worried about safety and doing things appropriately and all kinds of issues like that. I think that I don't, my guard kind of goes down when I teach adults because I'm in a room with adults and there's an understanding that like people are going to take care of themselves.
Yes.
So, but I do love the idea of like reaching the inner child, especially I see that with painting workshops. It's amazing for me to go into a room and teach people and see, especially like I love when people come and I'm like, what's you guys' experience with watercolor painting, whatever it is. I just did a few watercolor classes, which is why it's in my brain.
Yes.
But they'll be like, oh, it's my first time. Like I've never really, we're just doing this. This is date night, whatever. So it's really, really nice to see them like connecting with that part of themselves. And then I'm just always constantly surprised and overwhelmed too, because, a lot of people are so talented and it's like, yes, they have a good teacher, but it's also like they are just doing so good and like following that, I feel like this is how a lot of people learn about passions too, right? You kind of like jump into it and then you're like, oh wow, I'm actually good at that.
Yes.
So it's really fun.
And I've seen it firsthand. I mean, I've yet to participate in one of your workshops, but suppose I did, and it's my first time. What would you tell someone who is experiencing one of Kaylee Hernandez's workshops for the very first time?
I just try to like make people as comfortable as possible, and I tell people too, like, there's no wrong mistakes. What I tell my little kids is like, this is art. There's no mistakes. You can always fix it. Even if you think you did the most horrible, ugly thing, like you can always fix your mistakes. And, when you try, that is so much of a big step, and that I'm proud of them, and, lots of encouragement. I also really, just try to get on people's level. I've been teaching for 10, 12 years now, just on different levels, different jobs, and every single student is different. I try to meet every single student where they are. And some students are going to need a lot more help, a lot more guidance, a lot more, is this okay? How does this look? Is this the right color? What brush should I use? Versus a more independent student that will do a lot of things on their own. And I'm just there to be like, hey, that looks great. That's great. Any questions? Let's do it, So, I think I just try to meet every student where they are and be as encouraging as possible.
Do you feel like maybe art is something healthy for the kiddos during a time where, broadly speaking, attention spans are shortening, patience is shortening?
Oh, yes.
What's your take on art's role during this particular time in human history?
Yeah. It is such an interesting time. There's a lot of factors, I think, that go into, a child's interest in art as well as attention span. Of course, the internet, right? The big elephant in the room. Yeah. Nobody can get away from it. And, these iPad kids, or like whatever we want to call them, this generation is, extremely, what's the word? Like privy to maybe knowledge that shouldn't get to very young people.
I see.
And, it's a very interesting time. So I count myself very lucky, and I count my students very lucky as well to be able to pursue art, not only as like a hobby, but I like to tell, a lot of them, especially the older ones that are more serious, like this can be a career for you, what do you want to do with this as you pursue? One of my students is really interested in architecture and interior design.
Ooh.
And so, he's been sketching a lot of like interiors and exteriors and just super interested in all of that. So we've been looking at different like career paths for him. And I just try to encourage him, like there's schools that you can go to for that and any of that stuff. But I digress. No, I think it's so interesting too. And, if I can touch on AI, which is also, a huge elephant that
it's the mammoth.
It's a mammoth.
The holy mammoth in the room.
It's ridiculous. And, I'm surrounded in this room with beautiful artwork on canvases that are so real and tangible, and they were not made by a machine.
No.
And, I think that is so beautiful. And I think that there are definitely some benefits to having these AI helpers and things, but it will never replace the touch of an artist.
Correct.
It will never replace like the touch of a teacher and the care and genuine like just humanness that comes from art and from teachers. So I don't know. It's an interesting time in 2026 here. So
right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Because one thing is for, say, a hospital to use AI to detect like patterns in a patient's record and see if they're improving or see if something can be used to intervene. Right. But everyone agrees that the most harmful, especially environmentally speaking, is when we use it to make funny profile pictures or scarily realistic videos.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Wild. Yes. No. But no. I feel like at the end of the day, everyone in their heart of hearts agrees that human-made art is superior art.
I hope so. I hope that people still think that.
No, and I feel like we all know that. We all know this to be true.
Yeah.
Because one thing is for someone to dedicate hours and hours of work into a piece, as opposed to someone just typing a sentence and something just prints out.
Yeah. Ridiculous. And then sells it for money.
Oh no, that's the worst. Have you seen that happen? Does that happen?
So I do local markets a lot.
Oh, shoot.
There are definitely, there's definitely been a surge of products just on the market that are.
No me digas.
Yeah, it's, and it, as an artist, yeah, it's incredibly discouraging.
Yes.
Because I'm like, well, why would I want to make anything? Why would I want to put my money into printing my own work?
Right.
When people can just buy this, for $3, like, so it's definitely been a struggle, like the past, few years that AI specifically generative image producing AIs,
right,
just on the market. So it's ridiculous.
No, I didn't think about that. I haven't been in a vendor's fair for quite some time.
Yeah, but unfortunately.
But no, I didn't even think about that.
And like as far as the poetry too, it's
dear.
People can just write me a Valentine's Day poem, like, okay. And then why would I go to a coffee shop and set up my little typewriter when, people can get their poem in 2 minutes, 2 seconds. So
yes. And then I also feel the thing about AI is once we use it, we forget about it, as opposed to in the case of books, let's say, you could talk about a book or its main themes years after you read it because you actually took the time to sit down, process it,
and it's here.
Yeah, think about it, maybe compare it to other things you've read or other conversations you've had. But once you once you have a question to AI, you use it and then you just never think about it again.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely been changing the world, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows if that's going to be for better or for worse.
Right. I feel like it showed up way too fast, too soon.
Yeah.
And we don't quite know what to do with it.
See, and my thing is,
yes,
as a child of sci-fi loving parents,
yeah, yes.
I am constantly afraid that the computers are going to attack us. Like, the aliens and the robots will take over the world.
Yeah.
Like, that is just, on fear like 75 out of top 100 fears for me. So it's on the back burner, but it's there, and it's getting more real and scary.
Yes. So. No, we have to be on the lookout. No, and this is why human creativity is the superior creativity.
Yes. I think we have to believe that we can always be the ones to stop them.
Yeah.
Unplug the computers, please.
Please. You mentioned poetry a couple minutes ago. But I don't think we talked about how or when you picked up poetry. We talked about art. So where did poetry come along the way in your life story?
Yeah, I'd love to talk about that. So poetry I've had an interesting relationship with. I had an amazing 6th grade teacher that really, I think, planted those seeds for me and encouraged me to write. I remember we even submitted one of my poems for a competition, and I won and was published in a book at 6th grade.
Wow.
And it was so amazing. And then life got in the way, and I think that I pursued art for a long time. And but I've always kind of written poetry or free verse, prose, journaling, whatever you want to call it. And I remember writing haikus a lot.
Oh, I love haikus.
In my undergrad years, and that was sort of my hanging on to the little thread there of poetry. But I've been really consistently pursuing it for the past 3-4 years, I think, and been writing a lot more. I was fortunate enough to take a class under Emmy Perez at UTRGV, who is a poet laureate, and she was super, super incredible. I'm so grateful to her. And so ever since her class as well at UTRGV during my master's, I've been writing and just collecting poems for a little poetry collection. I really plan to publish hopefully this year. So
wonderful.
Yeah. I was also published in a creative nonfiction anthology this spring. It's called Voices of the Rio Grande, Voices of the Rio Grande Valley. And it was it's a collaborative effort. So there's lots of poems and stories from Valley people, I think all the way through Laredo and everything. But yeah, it's just super, super incredible. I'd love to read my poem that got in here. Okay. So it's called Brown and Beautiful. And here it is. Did I tell you about the time called on the phone? I usually don't answer, but I did for some reason. A lady with an accent, collecting responses, surveyor purveyor of thoughts and emotions. Wanted my input. I said yes. My name, my age, my location. Was I Hispanic or Latino? What were my thoughts on current events? How did I feel about women's rights, access to abortion? As a woman of color, how do you feel about XYZ? As a woman of color, as a woman of color, as a woman of color. I immediately wanted to correct her, pushing my blonde hair back, frames over blue eyes, staring in disbelief. But I took a second. I am a person of color. I'd never thought of myself like that before. My last name, Hernandez, always felt foreign to me, like a language I can't speak, stumbling to get by, andando, cuidando, muy mal, yo no sé. And from that day, on the phone, I see myself brown and beautiful.
Step.
So, yeah, that's... But it's an incredible collection. I do recommend. It's available on Amazon, and I don't know if Bull has copies yet, but you also definitely see if you can get it there.
Let's see. We have the volume 1.
Oh yeah.
I believe the publishers are working on getting the second one to the distributor. That way, all not just our bookstores here in Brownsville, but all the bookstores across America could also have access to it.
That's amazing. Yay. Yeah, I'm so grateful for the editors. It was such a beautiful experience writing for them and submitting, and they were super helpful with all the editing and the whole process. So, yeah.
It's a very... How do I say it? You touch on a couple of fascinating topics in Brown and Beautiful.
Oh, thanks.
What comes to mind is the David Bowles. Have you met David Bowles?
I haven't met him, but I'm familiar with his work.
Yes.
I almost took a class of his. But yeah, I took Emi Perez instead.
He wrote a children's book called They Call Me Güero.
Yes.
Where he also explores this very specific aspect about Latino culture, as well as like coming to terms with because there is a privilege to it. We can't deny it. But also being between the worlds, like being too quote unquote white to be Mexican, and being too, and the opposite is true, and being too Mexican to be American, let's say.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Struggled with that all my life.
Yeah. And I feel like we've all been, everyone here in the Valley is within that spectrum of being between Mexican and the American cultures. Gloria Ansaldúa calls that Nepantla.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Love it so much. Yeah. And whatever this Nepantla, like Rasquachismo.
Rasquachismo. Is it the same idea? Or what is that?
Rasquachismo is like an art movement that focuses on very much, yes, like this Latinidad, but also like that's a little bit like trashy or like, and I hope I'm saying it right. I don't want to, but yeah, to my understanding, it's very much like everything that we can collect and like throw into the culture, and also like just like very like Tex-Mex, pocho, like one of my favorite artists who is in my cohort, Alexis Ramos, just had this amazing piece at La Tijera Gallery downtown. It was like a cabinet of curiosities, but it was like curidas, is that the right word? Cures for, kind of what we see in like a little bit of, what we mix with curanderismo, as well as old wives' tales and all kinds of stuff here. It had an egg, it had holy water, it had a rosary, it had a prayer book, and then it had the what do you call it? The Vaporu.
The Vaporu.
Yes. It had a can of Sprite.
Wow.
All the little cures that we have that abuelita would tell you, like, súbete, like, drink this, you'll feel better.
Yes.
And it's like, Grandma, it's a Coke. Like, it's not going to help me feel better, but okay, But yeah, that's very much like our culture. And I love all of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's who we are. And it, you know, there's very much an interesting part of like what connects us as people, but also like what disconnects us maybe, you know, what sets us apart from, you know, people who didn't grow up here or, you know, people who are from different here. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because there's been an influx of people moving here, right? Yeah. And that culture shock that comes with it of like, oh, wow. So, oh, yeah, we're a special people, special place.
Absolutely. To your point, when I was very young, I got sick with pneumonia. My abuelita, Lord bless her, she suggested to my parents that they pass me 3 times under a donkey. I don't know where we were going to find a donkey.
But that was okay.
That was the remedy. That was the old wives' tale, as you called it.
Wow. Now that one I've never heard. Wow. That's incredible.
I don't know if there's any truth to it. Maybe, I don't know, the smells would have woken me up or so. I don't know. But that was the method. 3 times under a donkey.
Wow. Okay, mine is, I was just telling my bestie this the other day. I remember being about maybe 5-6 years old, maybe a little bit older, and I got this horrible wasp sting in my front yard. Yeah. And my nana, her, you know, she immediately like brought me into the house and had me swallow like a whole clove of garlic, like a big old thing of ajo. And I remember how horrible it was. And I was like, no. She was like, eat it. And apparently that's like an old wives' tale for helping with the infection. So I know, which I've never been able to like find on Google. I'm pretty sure there's no scientific like, but that I remember that strongly. Like,
I feel like because like that's like the garlic, that's digestive, but the sting is on your arm.
Yeah.
Is that meant to distract you, perhaps?
Maybe. Maybe it was. Yeah. I have no idea, but that is in my memory forever. Yeah.
What was I gonna say? So returning to the topic of Rasquachismo, I feel like this is like really, from what it sounds like, it feels like it is recognizing that there are some things about us that maybe from an outsider's perspective may seem different, odd, weird, maybe even negative to some like a cynical perspective. But Rasquachismo, I feel like, embraces all that.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, definitely. And it's like taking that like tacuache culture and like making it into art and songs and being like, this is us and this is who we are. Yeah,
well, you mentioned the tlacuache, the opossum, and that is the perfect symbol for it. It's very common where we're driving down Brownsville at night. A tlacuache crosses the road, and we all go, but the opossum is such a fascinating animal.
It really is. Yes, I had no idea.
Yeah, no, it's the only American marsupial. They take care of ticks. They're immune to snakes. They're incredible creatures.
I had no idea. I remember talking to a lady at an event one time that she like made friends with one. What? And she was like super just like they were her little special interest because she was telling me all about them, all the little facts that you just told me. She was like, and they protect their young, and they protect young that's even not theirs, kittens or whatever. I was like, okay, girl, like, like that's awesome. But yeah, I mean, they've always kind of been like that, like culture, right? And we've been like, ay, like sácalo, because you know they're eating the cat food or whatever. At least that's what they do in my house. Like they come and eat my outdoor cat food, and we're like, girl, no.
Well, they are very picky with their foods.
Oh my god. Yeah, but they're incredible creatures, and they're, one of those little rodents that we should give more love to.
Yes. Yeah, no, I feel like it's the perfect symbol for Rasquachismo. Am I saying that right? Rasquachismo?
Yes.
Okay, Rasquachismo.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Okay, to those of us who are just tuning in, we are in conversation with local artist and poet Kaylee Hernandez here on Brownsville Matters, KXIQ 105.1's podcast show. Now, Kaylee, you mentioned something once that I really want to explore a little bit because it's such a lost art. Poetry on the typewriter. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm really excited to mention that. It's been such an amazing journey. So about a year ago, I saw a flyer for a market for J'aime les livres, McAllen bookstore.
Yes.
And it had a little typewriter on it, and it was like, writer's market or soul's market, something cute and beautiful. And I was like, man, like I should get a typewriter and then do typewriter poetry for it. And I didn't have one at that time. So I looked on Facebook Marketplace. I found one. It was an 80s Brother electric typewriter. So I had to request to like be plugged into the electricity at the time too.
What?
Cause it wasn't like a vintage like 50s one that doesn't have electricity. This one had an enter bar, so it went by itself, but yeah, it's really cool. I still have it, but that was like the first, like my jump into it was just kind of like, well, what if I did this? And from there it's been an incredible journey. I've been able to like pop up at different markets across the valley, and I'm really looking into going to different coffee shops, restaurants, cafes, whoever will have me. I'd love to come and set up a little table. I was just at Grind Coffee in Edinburgh for Valentine's Day and got to write some poems for people. But it's really amazing. I do a little pay what you can type of situation. And I tell people I'm a teacher. And I consider myself a very intuitive, spiritual person. So how it works is I just write down a few things. I'll ask like, Gilbert, okay, your name is Gilbert. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Or a lot of people get the poems as gifts too. So I'll be like, tell me about that person.
Wow.
What's their favorite color? Do you have a song that you share with that person? Because that tells me a lot about the relationship and the person. And a lot of people will just like gush with like how much they love that person or how they've changed their life or, what have you. And I just like to write about that. I'll write it on the spot, as it is typewriter magic and mistakes and all. I've ordered and bought some stationery that people can choose from. And then I have some thrifted frames that I keep there too. So people can like pick out a little stationery, little frame, and then they take their poems home. And it's been a great way to practice my craft as well as gifting others and blessing them at their time too.
That is so creative.
I've
never heard anyone do that, but that's amazing.
Well, to be fair, I am not, it was not an original idea. I had seen some people doing it online, and then McAllen Poet Laureate Victoria Lopez has also been doing it with the Unfolded Poetry Project up in Upper Valley as well. So I really admire her and have been following her for quite a while too. So I thought, well, I could do that too. So it's been really, really nice. And It's been fun.
Yeah, no, I feel like what I really enjoy about this particular process is the fact that you have to be very deliberate. You have to be focused, and if you make a mistake, you embrace it.
Yes.
So that's just like life.
Just like life. Yeah. And it's like how I was saying earlier too with my students, my kiddos, my beautiful art students. They make mistakes all the time. You know, they're kids, and so I really learned from that, and it's such a nice process, and it's very, very present. So yeah, it's really good to like be in my body and like present, as well as like just using my spiritual intuitive qualities to create a beautiful poem. So.
Tell us about a story where you realized, maybe it was with one of your students or with one of your pupils in your adult workshops, where you realized, okay, I am making a difference.
Oh, let me see. I've said for a while, my favorite thing about teaching is I just love that moment where things click. And a story comes to mind where, you know, I was teaching this young man who, you know, 8-9 years old. And I don't even remember what it was about, you know, if we were doing 1-2 point perspective, or if I was teaching about an artist, teaching art history. Art lessons through art history is one of my favorite things, by the way. So at the studio, we typically do lessons that are themed. So we just finished studying about Yayoi Kusama, Japanese artist who's had a career spanning 6 decades. Incredible. One of my biggest influences. But, you know, I remember teaching him and him having this physical reaction of, oh, I get it, you know, and that's just like my favorite little thing. I keep it like a trinket in my memory because I love that moment when learning becomes very tangible. And, you know, it's literally like a little trinket that I can give to students that I can impart and have them learn things. So, yeah, it's just, it's a big passion of mine. And I think that I was definitely put on this earth to teach. So, yeah.
To explore that a little further, what is the impact that you want to give to Brownsville, Texas?
Oh, Brownsville. I've really enjoyed teaching the classes that I have here. And it is so nice and like refreshing to see that people are hungry for knowledge and they're ready to learn. I got such an overwhelming response for the watercolor class that I taught last month at the bookstore. That we were able to offer another one this month. So I'm just so happy and honored that people are able to trust me and that, we can make these little workshops happen. And I just like to think of them as little like safe spaces too, you know. They're like a quiet moment in a very, very busy life that people can come in and just like forget their troubles for a while, you know. And that's kind of what art is for me. And I think a lot of artists is this gateway and getaway that helps us kind of explore things that are hard and also helps us just forget our troubles and like hyper focus on something that means more. If that makes any sense at all.
Oh no, it makes perfect sense. You want your impact in Brownsville you want to provide a gateway and a getaway.
Yeah. I want to be able to give that too.
Yes.
The gift that I've been given and like the knowledge and all of my learning experience, I want to be able to give that to people too. So yeah.
I love it. Kaylee, who do you credit the most to making you the woman you are today?
Oh, my mom. Yeah, she's just been such an incredible influence for me. She's one of my best friends. My grandma is also up there too. In my MFA show for UTRGV, it was pretty much dedicated to my grandmother. A lot of the pieces that I did were installations about her jewelry. I had pictures of her up in the gallery. And then one of the bigger pieces that I did was I filmed a video and had it playing on one of the walls with a projector. And I did a voiceover of a poem that I wrote all about her and memories I have of her. And yeah, those are probably my biggest. My ladies.
Shout out to Miss Hernandez and Kaylee's grandmother.
Ladies.
What would you say is the best tidbit of advice, Kaylee, that someone has given you that you'd like to impart upon our listeners?
I think one of the biggest advices was, life is too short to be unhappy. We're only here once, and why would we be doing things that don't make us happy or make us frustrated or scared or sad? So, it's just a call. I think I try to remember when things are hard in my life, so I can just remember to do what I want and try to do my best to honor the people I love and just get what I want out of life. Take the bull by the horns, right?
There we go.
I think that would be my biggest advice.
Second to last question. What do you feel is the best part of Brownsville that does not exist in any other part of the world?
There's so many. The Southmost is one of my favorites. I mean, come on. Las Pitadas, we are such an amazing community that pulls together when we really need each other. And, you can find the best tacos.
Yes.
Nobody can tell us different. I don't care. Texas Monthly, Austin does not have the best tacos. We do. And I don't know. It's a huge, huge part, I think, is just food and community. I think it's just, what we talked a little bit about earlier too, this whole community of being a third world, or not third world. That's wrong. Erase that. Third. What do you call it? Third.
Third place.
They third place. Third culture.
Okay.
Kind of people.
Yeah.
Is we are a community that is two communities, right? We've got the American Texan, and then we've got the Mexican border,
right?
And we've got Mexican nationals, and then we've got people like us who are born and raised here, with both of those people and those ideas and the schools and everything. We're definitely a third culture kind of place,
right?
And it makes for a really, really interesting, place and ideas that come, especially we were talking about, from people from elsewhere that move here. it's crazy and it's like nowhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So I feel like some of them, they get it. They want to involve themselves in the culture and come to appreciate it. I enjoy seeing people that move here from elsewhere and participate in Sombrero Fest respectfully.
Yes.
Yes. But there are others that are like, what? It's sadly, but you know what? We're always here for those that enjoy our unique third culture, as you say. Not quite Mexican, not quite American, but a beautiful balance in between.
Absolutely.
And they're all invited to the carne asada, as we say.
Hell yeah. Yeah, the more the merrier.
Yeah, no. So long as we embrace and keep this bicultural, binational, bilingual identity of ours, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. Love that.
Mm-hmm. Kaylee, final question. It is the final question that I've been asking everyone. They've been giving me interesting answers, and I'd like to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
Imagine, Kaylee, a giant stadium, a coliseum, if you will.
Okay.
With 200,000 seats, which just happens to be the population of Brownsville.
Oh.
Every seat is filled by each and every member of our community. And you're walking down the middle of it with a microphone in your hand. And you're given 1 to 2 minutes to say something.
Oh my gosh.
A message. What would that message be to the entire population of Brownsville, Texas?
Oh, I don't know. I love you. Makes me emotional. Yeah, I don't know. I love you guys, and you've made me who I am. And I think that comes out in my art and in my writing. And I'm really grateful for the opportunities I've had. And, no border wall or politician can change who we are. And, keeping you and vámonos la raza.
The crowd goes, ah, and then they roar. Kaylee Hernandez, it's been such a delight to have you for the past hour, because I know you, but I don't feel like I have known you at least before today. It was so pleasing to hear not just your backstory, but your takes on different issues, the world at large, AI.
Yeah, we covered a lot.
Yes. No, but no, truly, this is the Brownsville Society of the Performing Arts. We do like to hear from all walks of life, but creatives, of course, especially since we are surrounded in a studio with several art pieces. I feel like our listeners especially appreciate what you have to say. Kaylee Hernandez, thank you for joining us today. But before you leave, can you sign us off with another poem, please?
Sure.
It's the first time we've actually heard a poem on the show. So let's make it a second one. Encore.
Well, thank you. Yeah. I'd love to. I think I will read the poem I mentioned a little bit earlier.
Yes.
It was in my MFA show, and I recorded a video of it. It's on my YouTube. So. But I'll go ahead and read the poem now.
Yes, please.
So this one is called Yellow Light. Yellow light from a dusty lampshade bounces off my sheets. There's something about September, early fall, where she lives in my memory. Deep in the grains of wooden furniture and stitches of the lace she left behind, I carry her, only in my memories now. The couch was stained from my tears and sick days. Pink carpet I dreamed on, afternoon haze. In a loud house where the phone always rang. The chairs were always full, the lights yellow, the plants watered, the grass green, the dog fed. The bed sheets changed, even if no one came over. The kitchen was always Parmesan and tomatoes, rosemary and thyme, limes and lemons, avocados too, from the trees in her garden. Her garden is my safe space. I still live there in my mind. I play and hide there in the hot sun, in the damp grass. I live there in my memories. I chase the feeling of her holding me, singing to me, telling me I was so silly. She lives forever with me, a second mom, the one I ran to, scraped knees and broken leaves. She bought me everything I asked. I never asked for anything except that she wouldn't leave me.
This is Michael Quantz with the Brownsville Society for the Performing Arts, here to tell you about our podcast, Brownsville Matters. Everyone in Brownsville has a story to tell, and these are the stories. We broadcast these stories every Friday at 5 p.m. and every Sunday at 3 p.m. on KXIQ 105.1 FM on your radio dial. You can also catch these stories rebroadcast on our YouTube channel for Brownsville Society for the Performing Arts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and smash the notifications if you want more information about these stories that you watch and listen to.